So then, INDYCAR Thermal. I tried watching the $1 million race last year. So this year I watched the points race, and well, these are my thoughts. Firstly, I'm not sure about the venue. Now, it's a race resort. It's the equivalent of something like Ascari, which I've driven before. And whilst Ascari is a fun track, there isn't much in the way of grandstands out there. Or, fan services, because it's a resort. Now, Thermal isn't exactly like Ascari, but it's strange that you'd go for the race resort. I thought it made some sense for that one-off event last year, but I don't know. It's a fun one to watch the cars go around. There were some places for overtaking opportunities, but overall, can't help but think that there are a lot of good circuits that IndyCar don't go to. And they could perhaps go to one of them instead. Because it is nice, but it's a track that exists in such a way that, last year was a very messy one, but this time around there were 0 cautions. Another problem is the temperature, which affected many different components over the weekend, two main ones of which I'll talk about in a moment. But what it meant was, at an IndyCar race, the main thing that people were talking about was not really the racing, even though Pelot did really well with the strategy and powered, no pun intended, through the field from 21st to 6th. The hybrid failures were a standout. Scott McLaughlin was the chief affected one, like the headline person affected. He ended up finishing 12 laps down on Pelot. But he wasn't the only one to have any of those issues. Wasn't it Santino Ferrucci also lost his hybrid, for example? And whilst you might expect the first time you take a car to a track with hybrid attached to it, there might be some issues. It was very clear that at the Thermal Club, it was thermal issues that were affecting the cars. Like I said, it didn't just affect the cars, it supposedly contributed to the outage, which led to anybody trying to watch getting no broadcast. Now, luckily in the UK, they fell to a backup that they were able to then commentate over because the UK team is remote. So the Americans lost even more commentary for even longer than we did, which, it seems strange for a national level series. I was at the British Grand Prix 2021, I was in the paddock, and the amount of cables that they had, and the thickness of the cables, and the backups to the backups to the backups they had to make sure that they don't lose everything. It meant that when you were down towards the paddock, you wouldn't be able to upload things particularly quick. But at the same time, you knew that there wasn't going to be any issues for the race, and in the end, it was the race where Verstappen and Hamilton came together for the first time. So overall then, I think that what was quite a fun race where strategy played into it. Alex Pelot came from third on the grid to win, and really managed to shine against Pato O'Ward, who I thought for a long time was going to be the driver of the day. It was, overshadowed in a way. But it was fine, it was fun. There were some people who did really well, some people who did slightly less well. Marcus Ericsson, for example, didn't do particularly well over the course of the weekend. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, folks, and until next time, it's bye-bye for now.